So maybe I will check the sharing. 1 minute more. I mean, the idea is to start at 10:05. So, well, here we are. I think we can start. Good morning. Welcome all to this virtual information session on AI and data for small and medium enterprise. This is an event organized in the framework of the Erasmus Plus Days, and it is supported by the SMERALD project. SMERALD is an Erasmus Plus funded project in the framework of cooperation, partnership in vocational education and training. SMERALD stands for SMEs Rising Awareness and Learning on Digital Data, Data Analysis and Artificial Intelligence. And I'm Davide Taibi, a senior researcher of the National Research Council of Italy, and specifically I work at the Institute for Educational Technology. The first step of today is Mentimeter moment. We will know better our audience in order to for a better tune of our presentation and our interactive workshop that we will have during this session. I don't know, Enrica, if you have...
Yes. Thank you, Davide, and good morning, everyone. We are going to engage you with a few Mentimeter slides. Mentimeter is an instant pool tool that is very easy to use and also has a free version if you like to try it yourself. So I will start by sharing my screen to give you the instructions on how to access it. Okay, so you can do it either way by going to, it will be better to use your smartphone. You can either go to www.menti.com and insert the code that you see there, or you can just scan the QR code. We'll just give you a minute to do it. Okay. So I would like to start with a very easy question. So I would like to know a bit where you are from, because we have at least a few European countries here this morning. But I have a little trick that I use without asking you directly the question, which is this one. How do you prefer your coffee? I'm pretty sure I can guess at least if it's south or north of Europe. Let's see. You can just pin and click on the screen that you see. I see some purists, like very dark espresso, very short. Yeah, something in the middle, with a lot of foam and milk. So now let's see if this slide talks for itself. So now I would like really you to say from which country you're from. So you can just type it now. Italy, Belgium, Greece, Bulgaria. Let's see if there's something else. Turkey.
Luxembourg. interesting.
Yes. Well, welcome everybody. Germany, of course. Okay, so it's very nice to gather all together here this morning. Well, next question. We would like to know a bit about your profile. Are you an entrepreneur, SME owner, an SME employee maybe, or you are more on the academic researcher side? The SMERALD project also tackles trainers and vet providers, or you are something else, but very interested in the topic. I see, I see. So we have quite a variety. It's very nice. Well, we have also an entrepreneur, SME owner, that will be myself. So we really have all the categories displayed. Very nice. Now let's deep in a bit in the topic of the project. We would like to know, how familiar are you with artificial intelligence concepts and applications? Okay, just don't lie, doesn't matter. Okay. So we have at the moment the majority of the participants that either have used AI applications occasionally in their work, or they are actively using AI in their work. All right. Wow, one work with AI at an advanced level. Good for you.
It's not me, so I'm very curious to meet him.
Okay.
Sorry, it's me. I just
Of course, of course.
Great.
Then we will hear from you some tips in a little bit. And the two persons, I've heard about it, but I have no experience with it. And I would fall in this category as well. So I'm really curious to hear what our guest will tell us in a little while. We will also like to know if you have concerns about it, on the impact of AI on the future of your industry or profession. It might be job displacement or automation. It might be related to some ethical issues like privacy concerns, bias, loss of control, lack of human oversight in decision making, or no significant concerns.
So what is scaring you the most, the use of AI?
Okay, so at the moment it seems that ethical issues actually cause more concerns than the others. It's good that no one feels that there will be a total loss of control, but it's also very significant that no one answered that there are no significant concerns. That's also quite interesting. So we will discuss a bit together about, in particular, ethical issues that concerns us. Last one, I would like to know what challenges you face in integrating AI or data analytics into your work. Is it lack of skill? Is it insufficient data? Maybe is expensive cost of implementation. It's difficult to understand the tools, or in your organization, there's a bit of resistance to this kind of change, or something else. Okay, it seems that we have kind of two winners here. So one is lack of technical skills, and that's okay, especially because with the SMERALD project, we will provide a full, complete learning offer on it, which will be mostly online, modular, and free to access. And the other one will be cost of implementation, sure, but we will also try to map and suggest to you the tools that are less expensive among all. Well, thank you very much. It was very interesting to hear your opinion and experience. I will give back the word to Davide for the rest of it.
Thank you, Enrica. Yes, very interesting answer, the ones that we got. Well, especially on the last question that you did exactly two challenges that we would like to face in the SMERALD project arise. I mean, the cost of the access to the AI tool, and also the lack of technical skills. That is one of one of the challenges that we would like to face in the SMERALD project by providing specific learning materials and specific learning path. So I expect now that, or at least I assume that you expect that I start with the presentation of the SMERALD project with the classical presentation of objectives, a work package, maybe the partners, and I have to thank most of them that are together with us today. But yeah, I have no slides. I mean, since I have prepared anything. I mean, I say, okay, so we are talking about artificial intelligence. Why don't ask artificial intelligence to create the presentation for me? So I will show you, or I will go through, the use of the artificial intelligence to create a presentation for me, and I will use what the artificial intelligence creates to present you the SMERALD project. So I just ask the ChatGPT, that is one of the most famous generative AI tool, to create a presentation for me, and just ask starting from the website or the links to the website of the projects that contains a lot of information. And okay, it was quite good in structuring set of slides that I will use in another AI tool. So the output for an AI tool is used as an input for the second AI tool to create presentation, and let's see the results. And maybe I will start with I will use this the results coming from this Gamma app. That is another very famous app used to create presentation to present the SMERALD project on the fly. Honestly, I hope that the results will be nice, because I mean, with the AI, nobody knows, I mean, what is generated, and everything's it's generated differently, in the for each attempt that we do. I mean, there is a different results that we got. But let's start. I mean, I have now the presentation of the SMERALD projects. So let's see which is the results, but I'm sure that yes, these slides will be more or less supportive for what the message that I would like to or the thing that I would like to tell you about the project. Well, the SMERALD project has the aim of support, yes, the digital transformation of SMEs, taking into account what is happening, I mean, in the worlds of data and artificial intelligence. And these are the very important aspects that SMEs have to take into account if they would like to be competitive in their markets. And AI and data. AI and data analytics, I mean, and the use of data for the business strategy are of critical, are really critical for any enterprise. So the questions that we have to consider in including the digital aspects, so to really support the SMEs in a digital, proper digital transformation, concern mainly to have tools that support data-driven decisions. So include the data also in the strategic plan of planning of SMEs activities, and also the integration of AI to automate process or to support what is the customer experience in general. All these, what is expected is that the use of also the combination of this technology of the data and AI on both sides can really support SMEs in increased productivity or reduce costs. So there will be a benefit for all the enterprise. Of course, I mean, and these are the issues that the challenges that we also would like to face in our project is that, and this was also confirmed by you. I mean, in the question that Vika posed a few minutes ago. I mean, there is the two things that arise in the question were yes, the skills shortage. So there is a lack of skills, of technical skills in the question, but in skills in general in the use of AI, and also the needs of budget. Usually these tools need to be request a lot of investment for the SMEs, at least for a professional use. And something that wasn't evident in our question, but that is still a challenge we have to take into account, is the awareness gap. So not always there is a full understanding of the potential of the digital technologies, and all these digital technologies are could really improve the business strategies, really improve the achievements for the SMEs. So this is also very critical point, and it's something that we are also considering in our project. What all the SMERALD try to face these challenges, of course, with the use of the education. I mean, with the use of with the proposing new digital new learning path based on digital data and AI. Of course, more focused on the practical use of this and of these technologies. And I would like to add that we are not considering, I mean, we are not focusing on, we will not address the enterprises working on the digital side that probably have a huge understanding of what AI is and all the potential of these technologies. But we will focus more on these fields, I mean, in which that are not so technical, not so digital, but in which this technology can really provide a push for their business. And for this, and to do this, I mean, of course we have to increase the awareness on the potential of this technology. And for instance, we are considering in our project the implementation of several pilots in which we provide also practical demonstration of this technology can really improve can be really benefits for the enterprises. And of course, one of the objective of the project is to provide the resources, so tools, the learning platform, and other useful information that can be relevant for to promote the adaptation of these technologies in the SMEs domain. One of the results of the SMERALD project is our training portfolio. I mean, in which we define the fundamentals and the basics of the digital data and the data analysis techniques, but also we provide, we include in our portfolio, in the definition of the competencies that are needed to develop these skills. We include also the application and also ethical consideration was, as we said before, it is one of the key issues that commonly are seen in the use of this technology as in the specific context of the small and medium enterprises. This point is also really close to what we do in SMERALD. As I mentioned before, we are not thinking about the use of data analysis or data analytics or artificial intelligence techniques in contexts in which these techniques are very widely used, for instance, in supporting computer enterprises working, SMEs working in the computer domain or computer science domain, but we would like to look at other fields. In fields in which usually these technologies are not included, but in which this technology can really provide a benefit to improve the SMEs performance. So these are some success stories, some examples, but this is for having the idea that our project is focused in common domains. Of course, we ought to do that. Is one of the aim of the project is to provide applications of practical use of this technology in the SMEs context, and we have already included we will promote in our pilot also some use cases, also by considering what is the experience already developed by the other enterprises. One of the results of the project is the business case inventory, in which we collected the success story coming from other enterprises. And today we will have also a talk that we selected from one of the business case inventory that we collected during the project activities. Finally, I will suggest to join the SMERALD activities and to stay updated with all the events and results that we are going to publish in our website, because we will provide them all the project results and of course, all the materials that can be benefit for the target group that we have identified in our project, specifically SMEs representative, web provider, and in general, even other fields can find the results very interesting to be applied in this. Okay, so this is the last slide of the presentation that ChatGPT provides. ChatGPT with Gamma. I mean, we had I use the support of these two technologies these two tools to have this presentation. You know that nothing was prepared in the sense that, of course, I already tested. I mean, this combination of the technologies, but the results is every time is always different. So I cannot prepare in advance any talk. So, but it was really nice to see that, and these are, by the way, the main activities that we have in the project. It's nice to see that what the AI tools provide, that is not perfect, but it was at a good level, and supporting me in giving you an overview on what we would like to do in which are the objectives that we have in the SMERALD project. Specifically, this in this slide, I put the main results that we will have. I mean, I already mentioned that we will create this business case inventory of best practice application of digital data and AI in the context of SMEs. With particular focus on what is not particular focus in enterprises that are not specifically working on the digital domain. Then we have also creating a competent framework in which we identify the main skills and knowledge that are needed to include and implement these technologies within the SMEs context. Because it's not only a matter of technical knowledge. I mean, using these tools is not, it doesn't require, I mean, computer science or expertise, but we will see during our interactive workshop that it's more a way of interact with with chat with AI bot that will give us the results, but probably is at first glance is not always the good one. So it's a sort of conversation that we have to do with these tools. Then we will also provide a learning offer with including learning materials that will be open that comes from the experience that we developed for the piloting of the approach in 6 different European contexts. And finally, it was not listed here, but we will produce an implementation strategy to support the introduction of these of what we learned from the SMERALD project in different SMEs context. During this session today, we are honored to have with us Dr. Lisa Hilte from VIA. That is one of the success story that we selected for our business case inventory. And she will give us a perspective on how the AI technology are used in their context. And now I think we move to the presentation of the business case by Benedetta, and we will have after the Dr. Lisa Hilte presentation about context. So Benedetta, I pass the mic to you. And
thank you, Davide. I am gonna share my screen. Can you see my presentation?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So here we are. Yeah, as Davide was saying while presenting the project and the main goals, of course, the SMERALD project goals are to boost innovation and to equip SMEs with the skills and knowledge needed to incorporate in their activity and processes AI and digital data. But we started somehow from this question. So basically, we asked ourselves, what's been already happening? Okay, so how are European SMEs using data and AI already? And so the first result of our project has been this business case inventory. Sorry? To drink. This business case inventory, where we have collected many examples of SMEs who have been already implementing this technology and this solution in their activity. My idea today is to give you a very brief overview of our two main outputs so that you can have an idea if you want to further deepen the content of this output. And in this case, feel free to reach out to us. What have been the questions that we asked ourselves to compile the inventory? So basically, we try to collect a business case about SMEs paying attention to the geographical representation. So trying to see where they've been located. If their focus were mainly on artificial intelligence and or both data analysis, which type of activity, for example, if they were focused more on research rather on tool development or tool use. And then the main sector of operation, we will see after, that is mainly IT, of course, but as I was saying, David, our idea is like to boost, to encourage the adoption of this technology also in other sections. It's mainly IT, but it's not only. And then we focus also on the priorities of the SMERALD project, which are sustainability and inclusion. I will explain a bit later what is this about. I included in this presentation just this slide about the key insights from the inventory, and as I included, this is also to give you an idea if you will be interested to know more. So basically in the inventory, you will find 45 SMEs, best practices, from 11 different countries, whose main sector of operation is IT, but not only. For example, is closely followed by education and training, in which today we have been lucky to have our keynote speaker, Dr. Lisa Hilte from the AI Academy of Flanders, that will give us an overview of their activity. And then when it comes to the geographical focus of the activities of the SMEs, the 80% is either global or European. So that will be interesting because their activity is somehow, let's say, exceed the national frontier. So that will be also interesting to know. When it comes to the priorities of the SMERALD project, we have tried to include SMEs whose activity was somehow addressing either green and sustainable development or accessibility and inclusion, or both. And these are just to give you an idea of the three indicators that we used for evaluate if the business case were addressing or not these priorities. So, for example, when it comes to sustainability, the reduction in carbon footprint, or for example, when it comes to accessibility and inclusion, inclusive hiring practices. That is something that you will find in the inventory report, is a survey diagram where you can also autonomously, let's say, discover and explore the business case. You can also, group by, focus area. So you can find all the business cases or the SMEs that are integrating AI, data analysis, or both. And then you can also, shade, for example, by the priorities. So here you will have all the SMEs that are incorporating in their product or services AI and addressing one or both of the priorities. That is just to give you an idea. And then there is also another output which might be interesting, because as I was saying before, the business case inventory give you a general overview. So it's like an aggregation of all the data that we gather in our desk research. But then we also created, let's say, best practice selection in which VIA Academy has been included. So basically in this document, you can find each business case is presented as follows. So you will have a basic info about the company, a brief description, how does it address the SMERALD priority, and why it should be considered as a best practice. I just included one to give you an idea, and then I will wrap up and leave the floor to Lisa Hilte. So for example, this is a very nice company from Bulgaria. And you can find the ID here, and then a small description how they are addressing the priority of the project, in this case, the priority of sustainability, and then why it should be considered as a best practice. And this has been done for different different companies, which has been included in the general inventory. So to wrap up, speaking about the main outputs of the research phase of our project, if you are interested to have a general overview of all the business cases that we have been collected, so about European small and medium-sized enterprises on data and AI, you can have a look at the business case inventory. If you want to delve more into each business case, you can have a look at the best practice selection, which has been structured as I was showing before. But most importantly, if you think that you are a best practice who has not been included in our inventory, please let us know. And here you can find the contact, the website, and the LinkedIn page of the project. So thank you very much for your attention. I will leave the floor to something definitely more interesting, which is an actual presentation of one of the business case that we have been included in our inventory. So Lisa, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Benedetta. Let me see if I can share my screen here. So I have two screens, so I have to select the right one, or you will just see a screensaver of my cat, which is also nice. I'm gonna minimize.
Will show us at the end.
Yeah, I will. Okay, let me see. Okay, are you seeing my slides in a correct way? Like you're seeing a big slide?
We see the notes and the next slide.
Exactly, we are
okay.
seeing the presentation. Excellent.
This is better?
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, and then I'll see if I can put this somewhere here. All right. Okay, so I cannot see any of you. So if you have something to say or to interrupt, do it via noise and not in a visual way. So yeah, thank you so much to the SMERALD team for the invitation and for including VIA as a best practice. I think that's something we should put on our website and be proud of. So yeah, my name is Lisa, and I'm a linguist. I have a PhD in linguistics, and within the AI field, my expertise is in language technology, in AI and language. But today I won't be talking about language technology. I will be talking about the project that I work for, VIA, the Flanders AI Academy. I'll give you an idea of how we were created, a bit of the big picture, and then I'll give some more specific information about what we do, how we work, and then I'll be happy to answer your questions too, of course. So first of all, what is VIA? Maybe what is Flanders, because we're not the center of the world and realize that. Flanders is a region in Belgium, and it's a Dutch-speaking region. And by the government in Flanders, VIA was created. So it's a government project, a collaboration of the universities in Flanders. And our core expertise, our core business is education about AI, lifelong learning about AI. Okay, so our mission is really embedded in politics and in the policy plan for Flanders. Our mission is to have every working person in Flanders, every professional, and so that includes also people in academia and researchers, to have them learn about AI so that they can use AI in their work in a clever way, in an informed way. The bigger picture here from the politicians, let's say, is that this will increase the economic strength in Flanders and most of all make our economy future-proof, because we live in a changing world. AI is changing our world, and by educating people, our economy becomes future-proof for this. So first of all, a reason why VIA exists and why VIA is necessary, and I guess the same goes for SMERALD. I'll give you some reasons. First one is from a Flemish perspective, so for our region. So I don't know if you've seen images like this before, but this is a sort of scoreboard where you can compare your economic region. So in my case, it's Flanders in pink. You can compare it to the European average. That's here in black, the circle. And you can see how innovative your region is on different levels. So we can see, if we look at Flanders, that on a lot of levels, we're doing quite well. And we're more innovative economically than Europe is. But there is room for growth, and that room for growth is really something, includes levels that are particularly important to VIA. First of all, Flanders is underperforming when it comes to people educating themselves, working people involved in lifelong learning. What we can also see, we are barely like on the European average for digital skills. So there is definitely a market here, if I put my VIA cap on here, for lifelong learning on AI, if we want to truly stay innovative as a region. And there's an opportunity as well, because we see that we actually have quite a lot of businesses, of enterprises that provide such trainings. So we sort of have to make these two meet. So that's a Flemish perspective why VIA is necessary. Now I'll zoom out a bit and look at Belgium, the country. So this is a graph that shows you a correlation between employment rates, and people's participation in lifelong learning. You have the line here. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but you have a clear positive correlation between the two. People who educate themselves have a higher employment rate. Now, Europe has decided on two benchmarks, sort of benchmarks that every country should try to reach. And it's one for employment and one for lifelong learning. And so Europe says, okay, you should strive for a 78% employment rate in your country. And that's the vertical line. And then a horizontal line, you should strive for a 47% of the people being involved in lifelong learning. Now, Belgium isn't the best student here. Neither is Italy, I see here. So Belgium is actually underperforming for those two metrics. So we need to step up when it comes to employment and when it comes to lifelong learning. The two are correlated, so putting effort in lifelong learning will also have a positive impact on employment in Belgium. So that's a Belgian reason for having an initiative like VIA. And then I zoom out once more to the European context. So here we see Ursula von der Leyen. I have a quote of hers underneath. So she talked about AI and described it as an opportunity for Europe, a huge opportunity for Europe. And I put the last part in bold. So she says it's really important that we encourage European citizens to feel confident using AI. And so that's like the European perspective, European reason to educate people on AI and to have initiatives like VIA. Now, why would companies, including SMEs, I know there's a target audience here, why would companies want to work with AI? What's the added value? Well, I actually put 3 on the slides here because there's added value on different levels. So the things I said before about Belgium, Europe, Flanders, that's the orange part here. Big scale added value for your entire economic region. If the companies in your region start using AI, your economy becomes more innovative. It becomes a knowledge economy, a more productive economy. Okay, but it's not just all big scale over our heads. You can see the green part here. Every single company can benefit from AI. Every single company, however small or big, can become a bit more competitive using AI. If there's a labor shortage and not enough staff, maybe AI can help a bit. Maybe work can become more efficient, maybe even more pleasant. And then finally, in purple, we have the individual level. And for every individual, for every employee, it has value to educate yourself on AI. You remain employable. Your profile becomes a bit more attractive. Maybe you can get a higher wage. You also protect yourself against these risks or dangers in a changing world. What do you have to watch out for? How do you have to be careful? You can get assisted in your work. So on different levels, it is definitely worth spending our time in getting acquainted with new technologies and now with AI. Now, what can VIA do here? We've done a large survey. I've summarized it a bit here. So we've done a large survey, asked companies like, are you already using AI? Yes or no? And the companies that are not or not yet using AI, we asked them why. And they mainly said these things. And it all comes down to something that education can solve. It comes down to, okay, but we just don't have the knowledge or expertise in our company. We don't really know what is possible for our sector. And then finally, and more specifically, okay, we have these issues, business needs, but what then is the AI solution? Is that even feasible? Will it be profitable? So these are questions that trainings, education can help solve. Then there's companies that are already working with AI, but it's not true that they don't need any education or trainings anymore. No, of course, if you're already working with AI, you still have things to learn, you still have questions. And those companies, they have reported in our survey that they lack an in-depth knowledge, even though they're using the tools, technologies, like how do they really work, in-depth knowledge. And often they lack a knowledge of the legal framework, the ethical framework, what are we allowed to do. So that's definitely something that they can still educate themselves on as well, and where VIA can help. So VIA focuses on lifelong learning on AI. We're embedded in this policy plan. So the idea is that we will accelerate AI innovation in Flanders, specifically focusing on not only the big multinationals, but also sectors like the SMEs and the smaller companies, sectors like education with more limited budgets, make sure that no sector gets left behind. And we want to make the AI knowledge that is, for instance, in academia, but also in industry, the AI knowledge that is somewhere, make sure that it becomes available to everyone. And now I'll tell you a bit more in detail how VIA does this. So first of all, we're very academically embedded, which means that VIA is this collaboration between all the universities and colleges in Flanders. We're all included. We have a strong academic network. The blue part is also important. We are inter-university, we are cross-brand, we are not a competitor, we are paid by the government, we are not an industry on our own. We have a large network, but still, and I put it in green here, our own team is small. We're only 13, 14 people, so we're very approachable. We can answer fast, we can react fast. Then in purple, we pay special attention to target groups that are often forgotten, like employees that are a bit older, employees in sectors that are sometimes forgotten, like education. And finally, we try to have a systematic approach that we reach a lot of people through a sector federation, for instance. Now, the things we do, we can sort of divide them in 4 pillars, and I'll give examples of all 4. It's distribution, demand, articulation, connecting, and developing together. And I'll start with distribution. That's a very important thing we do. There are a lot of trainings on AI. There is already a lot of education on AI, but it needs to reach the right people. People need to know that they can register, that they can follow a certain course. So that's an important thing we do. Our website, it's via.be. We have it in English and in Dutch. Our website is a hub for AI courses. The idea is if someone in Flanders wants to find a course, they go to via.be and they will find it. We have over 1,000 courses on our website. Not all of them are like co-created by us. No, there's hundreds of providers who just use our website to reach an audience, and that's what it's for. People who look at our calendar, at our website, they can filter, and they will surely find something that they want. And they can filter, oh, it has to be a live course, or I want it to be an online course. This is my budget. I want it to be a one-day thing or something longer. This is my level. This is my field. People can filter, and they will find something that they like. Then we also reach people through our communication. We have a newsletter that is sent out. The example here is in Dutch because we send it out in the language of the people, and we send it out in Dutch. We have a newsletter with a lot of followers. We post on LinkedIn, and we regularly speak at fairs, at conferences, to talk about our offer, about our mission. So that's what we do in the distribution. The second thing we do is demand articulation. What does that mean? We actively ask sectors, what do you need in terms of training about AI? What is it that you need to really start working with AI? Like last year, we did a large survey. We questioned hundreds of people working in SMEs in Flanders, and we asked them, what do you need? What sort of trainings do you need? Then afterwards, we published a survey. You can read it online. You can read the entire survey, or we also, and that's what you see here in the screenshot, we also made like a shorter blog post if you're interested in that. And with these surveys, we try also to not just publish them, but also to follow up, to sort of have an answer to what people say they need, to make a learning trajectory, to then say to people, okay, based on what you need, we suggest these 10 trainings, and they will cover all your needs. So we're making multiple ones right now. Then the third one is connecting. That's an important one. I'm going to take a sip of water. Via is supposed to be a bridge between people looking for each other. First of all, on our website, we have an expert database, which means if someone is looking for a keynote speaker, for someone to give a workshop, well, always with a link with AI, of course, they can go to this database, they can filter on their application, and they can just directly contact someone via our website. But people can also email us, like on a weekly or even daily basis. We get questions in our inbox, people asking, oh, we have a study day, we still need a speaker. Can you recommend someone? I'm looking for a workshop in this or that. What can you recommend? I'm looking for a partner for some support. I have a question. And that's something we very actively do as well. And then we can also help initiatives that are already there. Like this example on the right, this is an educational training center in Antwerp. They contacted us. They said, hey, we have an idea. We want to have a study day on AI in schools, like in classes for teachers, but also for technical support staff in schools, like a very holistic day. But who can come and speak, who can give workshops? We actively supported that. We recommended a lot of speakers and made this day happen. And finally, we make sure that we share our own expertise with the team as well. That we often talk, like here, I guess, about lifelong learning, about AI at different fairs, conferences. And this is the final part of my presentation, not our core business, but we also develop trainings together with partners. Okay, so right now we have like 200 courses that we co-developed with partners from industry and from academia. Important here is we always try to make it scalable. What do I mean? For instance, we have these online videos. It's a video series on language technology. It's very scalable. We make it once and it can be disseminated very broadly. Or we have a MOOC and an online course that people can do self-paced. Or when we co-create a live course, we always try to have it being repeated on multiple locations, multiple days, so that it becomes scalable. And we have train-the-trainer courses that you train a smaller group of people, and then afterwards, they themselves will train their colleagues, their students, so you get this sort of snowball effect. And then finally, you don't always have to make a training from scratch. Here by Sintra, for instance, we were contacted. They already had courses, and they said, oh, but AI is sort of missing from them. Can you help us create like a smaller module to be inserted in these courses? Okay, and then finally, well, we are the Flemish or the Flanders AI Academy, but that doesn't mean that we don't come outside of Flanders. And we're very happy to collaborate internationally, also to learn from international partners like today. Like last year, we organized a symposium. It was in Brussels, but we invited speakers from all over the world to come and tell us about how they go about lifelong learning about AI in their country. It was very inspirational. We participate in online networks. There was this MOOC developed by a Finnish team and by Minna Learn. We helped them provide it in Flanders in the Flemish version. Well, here today is a good example of our international side as well. So thanks again for the invitation. And this is the takeaway message that I'd like to give you. AI is changing our world. There's no denying it. And that can be overwhelming on a professional level, on a personal level too, maybe. But know that learning is what will keep us future-proof. So I hope to be in touch. Find us on all our socials and do ask me your questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa, for your presentation. I saw a lot of contact points with which we are doing in SMERALD.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there are. I saw that you had. You have you face similar challenges, and it was really interesting to see also the huge amount of courses that you have developed in or you are participated in with concerning the AI domain. I personally have a question, but before to go on, maybe I will ask the others if someone else would like to ask something to Lisa, or we have the opportunity to have her with us today. No question specifically. Well, I will start with mine. So if the others in the meantime will think about something. My question was actually more a curiosity. I mean, amongst your courses, I mean, there are a very huge number. Which is the course requested the most? I mean, or you have it, or you have clues about which is the most requested course amongst the ones that you propose?
That's a good question. And I'll have to answer hypothetically here, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm the contact person for the University of Antwerp within VIA, so I get the requests from Antwerp, but then I have a colleague who does it for the other cities, which is why I cannot say right now, this is the number one requested. So I'll just answer what I see the most, like in my inbox. I definitely see a lot of questions right now for generative AI. So lately, people think AI is ChatGPT. That's of course not true, or AI is Gen AI. There's a lot more. I have colleagues, so I'm focused on language technology, so ChatGPT is definitely in my basket, but I have colleagues at VIA who are specialized in biomedical AI, in imaging, in very different kinds of AI. But I feel like the things that companies, that schools, etc., are asking right now is how do we deal with these generative AI? How do we use very practical tools?
It's more.
I think that's right now the number one, and maybe the number two is like ethical and legal frameworks. And I must say that we have courses about that in our portfolio, but we also have like a sister project or a sister company also from the government who are specialized 100% in that. So we often redirect to them. But I feel like for education, for universities, but definitely also for companies, now that people have started working with the tools, they start thinking, oh, but can I do this? Am I allowed to do this? What about privacy? So I feel like that's definitely a number two.
Yeah, I expect this. I mean, actually, this reflects also the feeling that we have talking with the contact that we have with SMEs, but also on the academic domain. I mean, this is from one side. I mean, there is the willingness to learn these new tools because most of people understand the potentiality, not fully. I mean, in the sense that maybe they see they see some potential, but not they do not understand fully in which way these tools can help in their daily life. And of course, I mean, there is still not a full understanding of which would be the issues from the technical side, because we are providing data to these tools. I mean, sometimes putting also our personal information to even to give you a very simple example. I mean, maybe we can ask to we can ask ChatGPT to write a letter for our doctor, and maybe we put in this letter our illness and all the problems that we have, and yeah, maybe we don't know where this information ends up and which would be the use of this information. So the ethical dimension again is one critical critical point that has to be taken into account. And what we detect in our studies that it is not fully understood by the people using this technology. So yeah, for sure, the ethical part is also.
Yeah, and a good understanding of these tools. Of course, not everyone has to become a computer scientist, but like a good fundamental understanding is important to know about the dangers, about the ethics, to understand a bit more what you can expect and what you have to watch out for. Yeah.
Sure. Are there any other questions? I mean, actually, we do not have too much time because, I mean, we expect to end in 1 hour and a half. So we have now more or less 20 minutes, and we would like also to dedicate some time to this interactive workshop in which I would like to involve the others. But, I mean, we are still time for one more question. If someone else has some curiosity about VIA or something you would like to ask to Lisa before to move on the interactive session?
I do have a very quick question, Lisa. Is the learning offer, if I understood correctly, are there in the learning offer also some courses in English? And if so, I did not understand if they are accessible also beyond Flanders. Maybe, I mean, it's a detail that you said and I don't know, oversee it. But for example, they are like
Absolutely. So the reason that we have the V in our name, or what we are called the Flanders AI Academy is because we're funded by Flanders, but you are very welcome also to browse our offer. So the website exists in 2 languages. You can look at everything in English or in Dutch. The courses themselves, so I say courses, but there's also materials like online videos, etc. I will call them all courses for now. Most of them are in Dutch because we cater to the Dutch audience, but quite a lot are in English. You can just filter on that. You can filter.
It will be
I guess if you'll be on the English website and be looking at courses, it'll be shorter. It'll just on the Dutch website, it's I think 100 pages. In English, it'll be a bit shorter because then it's already filtered. No, we definitely have quite some things in English. It also depends on the audience. We see if we go and give very practical, like low-level courses to a very specific discipline, then it's often in Dutch because we do it for the Dutch-speaking audience. But we also have quite a lot of courses and materials for instance, researchers. And the research field in Flanders, it's English-speaking. It's international with people coming from all over. So the courses, the more specialized courses that we have will almost always be in English even. Oh.
Thank you very much.
And Christina, maybe you have one question.
Yes, one quick question. I was wondering if you also organize some events to raise awareness about this topic, online or in person, because we know that they are coming to you with questions, but if it is important also from your side to raise the awareness about this topic.
Absolutely. So we have to raise awareness about the topic, and we also have to raise awareness about our existence, I will say. So more and more people are finding VIA, but maybe that's the same for SMERALD. It is a challenge to make people know you.
Yeah, definitely.
So basically, we try to go to a lot of AI events just because we find them interesting, first of all, but also to be there with like our VIA badge on, to be there with some flyers, with a banner. Sometimes we're invited to speak, sometimes we're just in the audience. So I think, we try to have visibility that way. And then if we're allowed to speak, then we don't only talk about VIA, but then we also raise awareness just about lifelong learning and about AI in general. So that's definitely a big part of what we do. That's also why we have blogs on our website, not just written by us, but also by guest authors. And then we try to raise awareness about different topics within AI.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Lisa. I hope you have time to stay with us until the end. I mean, we have 20 minutes.
I'm gonna take a mini toilet break, but then I'll be back for the rest. Thank you so much. I will mute myself now. Thank you for listening and for the questions.
Thank you. Well, we can move on with this practical session. I will share my screen because I have a question for you. So it's an interactive session. So I will ask your intervention, your involvement on this. And specifically, were you satisfied by the results of the presentation that I created? I mean, you see what I did. I mean, just let me recap very quickly. I mean, okay, of course, I prepared in advance this very simple prompt. I mean, I was polite to say, hi chat, I'm currently doing a presentation of the SMERALD project for the Erasmus days. Here's the link of the project. So I provide the link of a project, and I ask him to create a prompt to generate a presentation of 8 slides. And I say, I don't need the slide of the introduction of the project, of other basic information that are not really interested, because I would like to focus your attention to the main activities and the main results. We got this structured text that I simply copy and paste on Gamma, and I got this presentation. Looking at the results, do you you spot any specific issue or something that you say, oh, it's good, but not perfectly good for me, or there is something that you don't like specifically? I have a kind of points a couple of points that I would like to highlight you, but yeah, just I would like to start from you. And if you spot any issues or something that you don't like too much, I go through the slides. Any comments?
Hello, David. Indeed,
Yeah.
I can interrupt you and recommend something about your presentation. First of all, it's really nice, but actually you could adjust the theme of this presentation according to project logo colors. So as far as I can see, it's not suitable to our project logos and RHP codes. So, and also there is no EU disclaimer. So what you can do to go edit section. Yes,
Yeah.
from here you can select the theme, background, plus you can also drag an image if you have any.
Yeah, I have one. Maybe we can use it. This is the same that I have on my background, so maybe we can try to use it. This. No, I did the wrong. Okay, let me do it again. This is the, sorry, let me, because I uploaded the flipped one, so let me upload the right one. So, oh, yeah.
Yes.
Shall I use it?
I think you should say replace image.
But if I click on replace image, it asks me to replace the image. So I think that we have, yeah, let me select it again. And but of course, I mean, the first point is that yeah, the use of this automatic tool is not fully, let me say, it's not perfect, the results that we got, because we have, of course, if we need, as in this case, a more personalized content, we have to refine the content. I'm still struggling in selecting the image, but probably there would be a problem with my. No, okay. Yes, I mean, maybe it's not. No, exit. But this is the background, not of the presentation, but the whole thing. So I have to, yeah, use it.
I think it depends on the slide structure. So if you close the right side and
yeah,
go
exactly.
the proper slide, for example, it could be the 8.
Yeah, but
And I suggest drag, not to select, but drag the image.
Okay.
The 8th slide is more proper.
So I try to give you to accept your suggestion. So it's you suggest to, okay, no, not this.
If you can open the image in another
Setup,
section.
background. But you mean to put the image here, or you want to, or maybe what we can do, I mean, probably I can also change only this image, right? So
yes, you can also
okay,
change it.
so maybe I can removing the background, and maybe I can select another image. I can also, yeah, select my image if I want. Yeah, so this will be, of course, there is one possibility that I have. I mean, I can replace this image with mine. Yeah. Let me put the right one. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, bit better than before, but of course, I mean, there is there is still room to to improve yeah, the results. I mean, yeah, I'm not really familiar with this kind of tool, but just to say that this, of course, is one of one things that can be done. Usually, I mean, you have a lot of customization that you can do with the results. Another thing I would like to highlight is about the textual or the images that the AI produce when it comes to the use of textual information. I don't know if you are looking at these images on the right. I mean, this image is completely a nonsense, and this is typically one of the results of AI produce image. So it is because they work very well with text, but not so well with images. So when they mix the text and produce a new thing, it is still okay. But if they mix different images to create a new one, in most of the cases, what we got is results like this, I mean, in which we have not a really understandable text in the image. So for sure, this will be an image that has to be replaced. But I would like also to emphasize that in the presentation that was produced, there were a lot of duplication. I mean, this is another let me say, side effects of the use of AI. Very often, I mean, what we got at the end is something that that has a lot of repetition and maybe are not that good for the presentation that you would like to use or to produce. Victoria, yes. Go ahead.
Sorry about not having my camera on. I had some connectivity issues. I just wanted to ask one thing. In the beginning, I believe you said that every time you asked ChatGPT to create the slides for you, you got a different result.
Yeah.
I was wondering, have you changed anything in the prompt that you entered, or you kept the same prompt, but it was creating different structure of the presentation?
Yeah, one interesting point is that actually, if we change the prompt, or if we start really a conversation with ChatGPT, we can go to different structure, and the different structure for sure will end up in a different presentation. For instance, we can also add in this example, I mean, the target group. I mean, I will be also always polite. I mean, please consider that the target group of these slides consists of, let me say, enterprise representatives, and in this case, it will update his information, and it provides a different structure for our presentation. And of course, we will have. And the nice thing is that I can also say something like I don't know. I don't like slide number 7. Please provide an improved version of version of it. And also in this case, I mean, it's refined thing. Of course, I mean, the more I provide as an input, the more precise is the input that I provide. I mean, more precise is the results. So this is something that we have to consider as well. I mean, we do not have too much time to refine or to do our text today. And of course, we will have other events in which we will try to involve the ones interested in the use of these technologies in their working context. But the message I would like to give you is that it's really important not to stop at the first results, but start to refine it. I mean, with questions and with asking different things, or to provide more context and to give the AI a more complete picture of which is the results you like to achieve. Christine, I see your hands on now. Sorry for not.
No, I didn't want to interrupt. I had a comment on the previous discussion about the slides. I wanted to say that the images that they produce, it's a bit futuristic. So sometimes it really doesn't represent the topic that we want to have there. So we need to pay attention to that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, this is this is for sure is another point we have to consider, that if we look at all the images, I mean, they look all of them looks a bit
coming from the future.
Coming from the future and not really realistic. So
Exactly.
I have not counted, for instance, the number of ends that we have here.
Yeah. True.
And let me say, do you see any bias in these images? I mean, all the enterprises representative are men. Is it correct?
Yeah, maybe
in these
no.
images, only men appear. So this is another consideration that we have to consider. I think that it deserves further exploration. I mean, of course, as I said, maybe in the time that we considered for the session today, we cannot delve into this too much. But of course, I would like to remind you that all the participants that we will have the pilot for the SMERALD project, in which we will involve also enterprises in the practical activities connected to the use of AI and data analytics. And and if you are interested, please drop us a line, and maybe I can put my presentation again with my reference. And two considerations, by the way, before to conclude, are concerning the still again the use of this tool. First of all, I mean, let me share. Try to share these references for those interested in. Just send me a message in case are you interested to be involved in the pilots and to be involved in or to be updated on the results of the SMERALD project. Last two considerations, I mean, that open the discussion, I mean, in other section for sure, is one of these concern the cost. I mean, I just use the free version of these two AI tool. I mean, ChatGPT and also Gamma. But is the results different if I use a paid version, so something that it costs? So this could generate, of course, a big gap between who is paying for accessing this tool and who is not. Um, and also sorry again. Oh, okay. And yes, another consideration is about the connection of the tools. What is interesting is to see all these tools can be combined, I mean, to create also some different results. So we now know that ChatGPT, for instance, can be used for the generation not only of text but also images and others. But there are different tools that can be used for videos, for podcasts, and of course all these tools can really help you to generate something new. And what I see as a very what is useful for me is to avoid to start from a blank page. So this is most of us maybe are struggling to start from a blank page. So it's really useful to have a structure. But by the way, with the instruction that we provide, because otherwise it is not so precise. And the other thing is that, as you notice, I mean, even if I am a computer scientist, I mean, so I am very skilled I am really good in programming, and this is my background. But in using this tool, maybe some of you could be even better than me. I mean, I was using Gamma since few days, so I'm really a bit lost in the different option. But I'm sure that probably without any specific computer science skills, you are very good in using these tools. And this is the reasons why what is important, as Lisa also highlighted, is to learn on the use of these tools, and because this will be important for your future. Well, actually, I will propose to stop here. Yes, our session today. I don't know if you have any further comments on it. And I invite all of you to have a look at the chat and the in which Etsy put all the information that can be useful to reach out us and be informed about the advancement and achievements of our projects. So if there are no any comments, I will thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
very
much.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I have one question, Davide.
Yeah.
So this was recorded. Will the recording be sent to us, or and like the slides? Because I would be interested in also sharing it with my VIA colleagues.
Sure. I mean, I think that it will
Sure.
be, yeah, exactly. Maybe after this event, I mean, Etsy, maybe you can send Lisa the link to.
Perfect. Yeah, it's not urgent. I was just just wondering.
Yeah. But I think that we can.
Yes, sure. We keep in touch, and I will send you all the materials.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much,
Thank you so
everyone.
much. That
Bye.
was really
Thank you.
insightful.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.